Welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad that you can join me for this episode because I'm about to join a completely new adventure and now heading towards Scandinavia. I stayed here last night. This is just the other side of Hamburg because I wanted to get clear of Hamburg because it was closer to Keil and it would make a much easier travel day today. But what a delightful place this was. 3 buildings making up the hotel. I only stayed just for the one night, so I was in the main building. And of course, at arrival at the hotel, what do I have? Point 3. Yep, there it is again. Too many times to explain it at the moment, still. Okay, here we go. Now I'm on my way to Gothenburg. First have to go to Keil. There I'm getting the boat. Keil's a 14-hour crossing. Tomorrow morning I'm in Gothenburg. So, here we go. It looks anyway like the weather is being a little kinder today. Although I don't trust it. Still don't trust it. It's a short hop to Keil. It's about 100 kilometres, so you know, as far as the weather goes, it can change in 10 kilometres, it can change in 5, it can change in 10 metres at the moment. The next part of this trip is about to start. I'm about to join a ferry from Keil to Gothenburg in Sweden, and after that, the adventures you will see. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but I think I'm going to have a lot of fun over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. Bye. Yeah, it's the first time that I've done this ferry route, and it's a huge ferry. And there's virtually nobody on it. Look at this. It's almost empty. This one's a first for me. The last time I got on a ferry you could hardly move. We were packed in like sardines. This I could almost choose my place. However, this is going to be a nice crossing. Look, the weather is now being actually very kind. I'm not sure if they were coming or going. They took somebody off the boat. Maybe someone was unwell. Location of my cabin this time. Look at that. Yeah, I was right at the front. So this is approximately the route. I hand draw these in myself, but that's because I sometimes use pretty strange routes, and by the time you figured it out via Google, it was easier to draw it yourself. I wasn't expecting Antonia to meet me at the boat, so that was a lovely surprise. And we rode together back down to where they live. Yeah, the route is taking us through Kungsbacka. That's probably a little bit more well known than where we're going to. But I love beaches, I love to be near to the coast, and I think in that way, I'm going to see some of the best spots in Sweden. Now, once a year, Antonia and her family organise a tour with the West Coast Spyder Ryders, Swedish group, and so it will be my first time riding with them too. So I'm coming over for the tour, and obviously to spend some time with Antonia and to have a little look around Sweden. I met Antonia and the family at the Grossglockner event a couple of years ago. We got to spend a couple of days riding around. But this is my first time riding in Sweden, and she wants to come to Holland, and that's something that we're trying to get together actually. However, in preparation for the tour, there has to be quite a lot of preparation, including the flags. You have to hang the flags out. And unfortunately, it looks like the weather has turned again. We're not expecting good weather for the tour, and as expected, rain. In fact, it's probably going to be one of the wettest days that I've ridden all summer. It had to be today. However, it doesn't stay this way. It does actually clear up later on. Yeah, it's a good turnout. There are a couple of people down from Norway. A couple of people have travelled more than an hour to be here today. It's just a shame about the weather. However, I'm travelling today with the Swedes, and I've lived in the Netherlands for 30 years, so come on, you know, we're not expecting Caribbean weather. Which is good, because we're not going to get it either. Ignoring the weather for 10 minutes, I must admit these roads are great, and you know, I would choose these roads to ride even if I wasn't with the tour. These are ideal. They're quiet. Well, Sweden's quiet anyway, and it's got a reputation for that. There's virtually nobody here, you know. It's quite a big country with a very small population, which is good news for the roads. I mean, look at this. Even as wet as they are, they're still in really good condition. And again, that was a little reminder that as quiet as the roads are here, they are still two-way. So, yeah, and absolutely gorgeous. I mean, green, lush. It's very green here. That's one of the things that hit me straight away. As the, I mean, it's not. This is the more southern part of Sweden. Obviously, the higher up you go, the more it begins to look a little bit more like Norway. So anyway, this was our first little stop, and then you actually kind of see the whole group. Realise just how many of us there are today. I think there's got to be at least 20, maybe 22, 23, something like that. All brave souls, all good hearts in this weather. Yeah, it's a big group. A couple of two-wheel bikes with us. I'm the only rider, the rest are all Spyders. Oh yeah, one of the bikes, it had to be a GS, didn't it? The token GS. Yeah, it's good to see the group together. Good turnout. Nice. It's a funny thing that visiting a country for the first time, you notice things that other people don't perhaps tend to notice because it's in their environment, in their surroundings all the time. It's that red, it's that deep brick red colour. A lot of their houses have that brick red colour. And I guess if I think back, if somebody asked me to draw a Swedish house and colour it in, it would be red. You know, obviously they're not all red, but I think it's probably because that red against the green background is it's stunning, absolutely stunning, it stands out. So, although it's still wet, I know I'm talking about the weather again. It's probably because the weather, it has such a lot to do with this hobby. When you're riding it everywhere, you know, the weather, yeah, you become a kind of expert weatherman. When you're driving around in a car, yeah, it's a pain if it rains, but you know, all you do is put the windscreen wipers on and, you know, maybe close the windows. When you're biking, or riding. And the same goes for if you're on a push bike or on any kind of a horse. It would be the same if you were riding a horse. The weather, yeah, you try and predict what the weather is going to do where you're going to. And I mean, obviously this is a tour and with a decided route. You can't just change it just like that. But the weather does seem to be improving a little bit. It's not raining as high, it's still raining, but it's not raining as hard as it was. And we're just about to have a lunch break. So, you know, maybe in an hour or, you know, 3/4 of an hour's time, the sun may be shining. You know, let's stay optimistic. See again, these are the moments that you realise just how much space you have in Sweden. I mean, alright, this is obviously not good weather today, but look at the size of this parking place. I mean, and look at the group, you know? So sometimes lunch break is a good thing. Yeah, as far as eating and drinking it is. Sometimes it's not, especially with this kind of weather, you know, people can get distracted. So it's funny, all sorts of strange things happened on the way back. This was about sort of the halfway point, and everything kind of happens now. These things happen. They can happen. Yeah, see, everybody was beeping, so they're ignoring it, or they, you know, they just couldn't hear it or whatever. So, yeah, and the day is about to get better. See, that's the other advantage of wet weather gear. And you're prepared for everything. It's not easy getting their attention either. I mean, come on, you know, how much noise do you have to make? Stop! Stop! Couldn't resist it. See, that's the nice thing about being the editor. You can do what you want. Just because we've had bad weather. I'm going to be spending about 5 days in Sweden, so Krista and Antonia are going to be showing me around, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's always nice visiting a country for the first time, especially when you're being shown around by the locals. Can't get any better, really. Just coming up to a piece actually that is a complete editing masterpiece. To be honest, it's more about the music. If you can figure out what the singer is actually going to be singing about, then let me know. And it doesn't matter where you go, there are still reminders of Holland everywhere. A windmill in the middle of nowhere. I mean, come on. Again, it doesn't really matter where you are. There are still moments when you have problems with traffic, even here. You know, we're not in a hurry and we want to keep the group together, and you know, some people just want to be somewhere fast. Even here, there don't seem to be signs telling anybody in particular who has priority. That would have been tight with 2 cars. But what a great ride, you know? I'd love to do this all over again in the sun. I mean, come on with it, what a great road. Fantastic. Okay. Yes. I was just saying to Antonia that for a big group, well, it was 22?
25
25?
total, yeah.
25 bikes.
With the two-wheel bikes.
Normally, with that size group, somebody messes up somewhere.
Yeah.
They either run out of petrol, or they have accidents, or something falls off, or something small, and everybody has to stop. Or you lose somebody, and then somebody has to go back. And but today, nothing. Well, yeah, me and the petrol, but other than that, nothing, I think.
We had 1 or 2 years ago, there was the guy.
Yeah, so that was a complete crock, wasn't it? Still, it was a lovely evening. We had a great barbecue, and everybody really enjoyed it. And you know, the weather, okay, you know, you win some, you lose some, and but it's not cold. And I guess that's kind of that's the big consolation. So now we're going to be playing the tourist, and they're going to be showing me around the local area, and that's kind of nice because obviously we're now in a much smaller little group. You can stop where you want to, go where you want to, and it makes no difference. It's a very chill and relaxed day. So one of our first stops is actually this bridge, the wooden bridge. Yeah, you don't see that very often. What you can see here is the water swirling around. It's the temperature difference. It's where the water coming in from the land is meeting up with the water coming in from the sea. And you see that what happens when that happens. There's a sort of constant swell going on under the bridge. But it's absolutely gorgeous here. Now we're on the lookout for ice cream, and they know of a couple of local places that I've been hearing about. Only we're not always lucky with what's open and what's closed. You know, it's getting on a bit in the day, so yeah, we first get unlucky, but eventually we do get lucky. And that's when the story of the threes comes back up. Again, it's staying dry for us, and it's not cold. It's kind of, you know, this is the kind of weather actually I like for travelling days, because it's not one or the other. I mean, it's obviously when you're visiting places for the first, especially for the first time, you want to see it in the sun. You know, it is pretty here. It's just so peaceful. It's very chill. You know, it's very relaxed here. Compared to the Netherlands, which is obviously a much smaller place, it's just so open. And, you know, just life is slower. You get the feeling that life is slower here. Parking again is another good example of me. I just kind of always end up in the wrong place. So we're going to be visiting the fort that you can see in the background there. The view from the top is amazing, absolutely amazing. You can see almost the whole coastline as well. It's like, I'm really kind of enjoying my time here. It's very peaceful, you know, quiet. It's the kind of place I think I could spend a lot more time. Too late for coffee, so we carried on. Again, you know, look at all the red buildings. It is so typically Swedish. Now we're at a very well-known place here in the area. They make their own ice cream, and I'm about to taste it. Yes, and there we have it. 0.3 at the end. And again, this place is open. It follows me, I don't know. But again, this one's open. And now I have a 0.3. 0.3. It's I don't know. It's like a meant to be thing. Every time
Yeah. What's the tree?
it's 100 meters, so it's accurate to 100 meters. When I go probably another 40 meters, it changed to 4. So every place I come where it's good. So I arrive at the hotel. I arrive at a petrol station when I really needed it. Arrive at the ferry port. Every time, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. Yeah, after a storm I get home. I drive into my parking place.
Oh.
Yeah, 0.3. Just... Yeah. Krista probably thinks I'm totally mad. That's probably not far wrong. I think one day I will end up living close to the sea again. I just love it. There's something about the sea air and the constantly changing tides. And I don't know. I grew up next to the sea, and I think it's in your blood, isn't it? Salt's in your blood. Look at this bay, look at this. And look how quiet it is as well. I think that's part of the attraction here. I mean, a lot of Sweden is coastline, and seeing it here, it's so quiet and peaceful and and look at this building. There's nothing wrong with eternal optimism. I mean, you know, Caribbean resort, Sweden. Yeah, what's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, I must show you, because it's not like other places.
Somebody comes from the Caribbean or something?
Yeah, it's very nice. Well, today we had no table or thing, but the other day it was 150 meters fine. But it's really nice.
Okay, there, should make up another one. Make more.
Yeah. We're turning around.
The weather's good.
It
Doesn't look like he's got much competition here either. Wow. I don't want to be here. Yes, I haven't been blowing everything up this season. It's been a bit of a chill year like that. It's probably because it's a different kind of season. I need an atom bomb to blow that lot up. And campers, I don't have a problem with campers. I only have a problem with campers on mountain roads. And that's not the case here, and those were all parked up, so I will leave them in peace. Now, our last stop for the day. A lovely little beach, lovely little bay. And if there's a pier, I have to walk out on it. I think that's something to do with being British. I don't know. And tomorrow will be my last day here. But that's another story.